we'll gather round, feel the love compound. Blue elephant is strong.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So Algolaser recently contacted me asking me if I would like to try their Algolaser DIY Kit MK210W, which is a laser engraving and cutting machine, and I could not be more excited to try this. Like, this is a game changer for me. So, upon opening the box, which honestly was a lot smaller than I expected it to be really big, I guess, for some reason. I don't know. I don't have a laser engraver. Well, I didn't have one. Anyway, when you open it up, this is kind of what you see. I'm sorry, my table, I just can't seem to get my zoom back far enough away to have my camera do it, but you get a rather large instruction book, and inside the instruction book, it includes the instructions on how to put together the machine that I have and a couple other variations of this machine, and as well as the directions on how to use it from the computer and your phone, because there is a phone app and all of that good stuff. It is packaged really, really well with thick foam inside to keep everything nice and secure. Now, I started recording us assembling it after we got the base frame of it done, and you could do it with one person. We just kind of worked on it together to do it, so I couldn't hold the camera at that point, and I haven't found my tripod yet. But this is where we're actually like installing the actual arm, the laser, the computer part itself. Now you can run this machine hooked up to your laptop. You can run it from an app on your phone. You can also download a USB drive to take the SVG files from your computer and download them onto this machine to cut or engrave or whatever. There's also two different softwares that you can work with on your computer that they give you all the information that you can download. One of them is one that you pay for. The other one is free. Now, this is just installing the actual laser bit itself. There is a black little, it almost looks like an oversized plastic nail that you use that helps focus the laser to whatever you're cutting, whether it be wood or if you're engraving on metal, whatever the case may be, so that you can adjust that laser height so that you can get it to engrave. Now, this is the actual LCD screen, the computer part of it, where there is a power button that you just push on. This is your Wi-Fi signal because it does hook up to the Wi-Fi. Also, you have a emergency stop, you have a lock and unlock, which two keys, which is really nice, especially if you have little kids around, so that you can lock it and you don't have to worry about anyone getting hurt. They also include in there safety goggles that you can wear when you're operating this machine. Now, I purchased a honeycomb for it. It did not come with this machine, so I purchased this separately. And the other thing that my machine did not include, some of the other variations of them, I believe may, otherwise it's a separate purchase, is an air pump for it. And what that's going to do is that will help like the burn and the smoke when you're using your laser, and so that it doesn't get burned like around the wood on the outside edge of it. I didn't necessarily have any issues with it. It's something that future purchase, yeah, I just couldn't do it right now. Now, this is the machine actually, well, not engraving anything, because at this point I hadn't figured out exactly what that little black plastic hammer, or not hammer, nail looking bit was for, or how to focus it, and so I wasn't doing anything. So there was a little bit of a learning curve for me, but I've not done anything like this, and quite frankly, I'm not very good at it. However, this is my husband figuring out the problem and fixing it for me again. Um, Once I realized and he showed me what it was that I was supposed to do, it's super easy to use. Now, in this video, we're just going to do the engraving bit. I am going to do the cutting part, and I'll be honest, that's the part that I am most excited about. I think that this is going to be a complete game changer for me. There is so much stuff. I've wanted one of these for such a long, long time, and I've already got I've been scouring Creative Fabrica, and I have found so many beautiful templates that you can download and purchase to use. Like I can't wait to get started. But for now, we're going to focus on the engraving bit. Now, they do come with, I think it's 38-ish different programs already installed on this machine. So you can choose, which is what I'm doing right now. I am just choosing a couple of them just to use before I get into kind of making my own, just to kind of figure out a little bit more how to use it, I guess. But they do have some super cute images on there. So we're just going to play around with what comes pre-installed on it today, and I will do some future videos as I kind of figure out more about this machine and how it works. So, first things first, you can program it. There's different materials that you can select from. There's different number of passes, the power, the quality of the, like, I guess how it goes over the whatever material you're putting it under. This is the one that I chose, and like I said, super cute image, right? Now, I just did this very small because I wasn't sure how long it would take, and obviously, depending on the different variables and what you input into the machine is going to depend on the amount of time that it takes. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do some small scale testing. So I just got these little pieces of wood that I had purchased a long time ago, and they're, I think, 2 by 3 inch pieces, and we're gonna play around with some of this. Now, I chose this one, this cute little cat, and I just decided to do a one pass over it with the laser. Now, on this, I picked, maybe I should have picked the same image. That might have been smarter, but I did 2 passes on this guy here, and you can see where his helmet is, where it's going to be super dark anyway. It almost looks burnt, so maybe it's too much, maybe it was the wrong image for it, but this is why we want to do this. Okay, on to the main event. Now, that first image that we did, I really like that one a lot. So I thought, all right, that's the one that we're going to use. So I went ahead, and this is just showing you kind of what the screen looks like as it's counting down the time, how much time has passed, how much time is remaining, and where it's at in the progress of doing your image. Now, I really like this, so I got a nicer sized piece of wood, and we're going to do something cool with it. But first, again, we're going to do it on a smaller scale and just kind of see how this is going to react before I do it on my main piece. So I've got some alcohol ink markers, and I thought that I'm just going to color it in. I mean, it's nothing super crazy project this time. It's more fooling around with it and just having a play and see what we can do with the machine itself. And as you can see, when I put the marker on the cat off camera, it was bleeding into the wood grain. So I need to seal it some way. Well, I thought the quickest way would be a little bit of UV resin. So I put a little bit over the head of the cat, or no, the body of the cat, just to kind of see if it would continue to bleed or if it would do what I needed to do. And it worked. So that's what I'm going to do with these 2 pieces first. Again, just to kind of test it out and make sure. And then also see how the wood's going to react to it before I do it on my main piece. Now, I put some on there, and I'm just going over it with this squeegee, and I want it to be as smooth as possible. I don't want any lumps, bumps, bubbles, none of that. So I just took my squeegee, and all of the excess that I was pulling off, I was just wiping onto a baby wipe because I don't want it on there. I don't need a thick layering. I just need to kind of protect the grain of the wood so that these markers aren't gonna just kind of flow wherever they feel like going. And as you can see, it's working. Now I'm showing you on the part that I didn't do, and you can see just me touching the marker on there, how it's starting to just kind of soak into the wood and spread just like that. So the UV resin is working. So that's what I'm going to do for this piece before I go through and color it. Super thin layer of Let's Resin's UV resin. I'm gonna cure it for 3 minutes. Honestly, I don't even think it took that long. I think it about 2 minutes under the light and it was good to go. I did hit it with my heat gun because this wood is a little bit different than the other wood and it's got a more bumpy surface. So I was getting some bubbles in there. So I just wanted to kind of pop any bubbles that were there. And then I smoothed over it again because I did just kind of disrupt the resin and got off some excess from thinning it out, put it under my machine to cure, and then we're going to go through and we're just going to kind of color this up and see what we can do. Now, do most people color stuff that they've engraved? Probably not. That's kind of the whole reason you engrave it is so that you don't color it. But I can do what I want. And that's what I wanted to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And spoiler alert, I think it turns out really cute. But we're going to play around with it. Okay. So I don't use markers to color with ever. I kind of wanted to fool around with them, and it says that these are blendable. I just purchased them like a week or so ago. So I don't know what I'm doing exactly. I don't know how to blend with markers. I don't know. I honestly typically don't like markers because of the lines and stuff that you get with it, but I figured I'd give it a shot. I honestly got this for resin, not for this project at all, but we're going to play around with it. And what I did find out is to make them blend a little bit better. I actually took one of my eyeliner brushes and dipped it in my isopropyl alcohol and kind of smoothed over some of the areas where I was trying to blend and it just wasn't working. And then dabbed it with a paper towel real quick and it kind of worked a little bit, sort of ish. But anyway, I'm just going to go through this, and as I go through this, I'm going to put on some background music for you, and then I'll be back when we're ready to kind of do the next step on this.
We belong in every comment right. You lift me to new heights. Your support, it's clear, gives me reason to cheer. Blue elephant crew, this one's all for you. You make dreams come true with everything you do. Each subscriber's heart playing a vital part. Videos we share, showing how much we care. Likes and shares, they grow. You make the channel glow. Every single view, I owe it all to you. Blue elephant crew, this one's all for you. You make dreams come true with everything you do.
Okay, so as I'm finishing this part out, I do want to let you guys know that I have linked everything for this algolaser DIY kit down in the description box below, along with a discount code that they have given me to save you a little bit of money if you are interested in purchasing an engraving machine, a cutting machine, whatever. All of that information will be listed down below for you. Okay, so now I need to figure out what I want to do for the back because I don't want it to be just wood. So I decided that I'm going to take some gloss varnish and a little bit of this kind of orangey-ish glitter, which I thought it's kind of like a coral color, which I thought is really, really pretty, and it'll kind of just offset it. Now, I'm not going to go with like a wall. I mean, I am going to go with a wall-to-wall glitter on the background, but it's going to be textured, I guess we could say. And I just wanted to do something a little bit sparkly, a little bit whatever. I don't know. I thought this color worked really well with the colors that I've chosen for this piece. Now, is this anything you're going to do anything with? Probably not. I'll probably give it to one of the grandkids. I'm sure they'll like it. I mean, it is super cute. Now, that being said, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this. And again, I am super looking forward to the cutting portion of this because those shadow boxes, oh, I want to do some so bad. I found so many things that I want to do cutting wise and involve it with resin and just so many things. So many things. I've got so many ideas coming up. I do need the weather to warm up a little bit because let me just tell you, just in engraving this and all of that, I was standing outside in my garage, freezing my butt off, waiting for this to finish, and it's really, like, really cold outside, like 20 degrees. So that's about what it is in my garage, and I was cold. So I may have to wait for it to warm up just a little bit more before I get into something that could take, a lot longer to do than just, 15 minutes or whatever it was. I think about 15 minutes for this to engrave. Anyway, huge thank you to algolaser for giving me this to play around with and use and show everybody. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to doing a lot more videos featuring this machine with a lot of cool projects coming up. So this is kind of what it's looking like now. I'm just taking a toothpick and just kind of going into the tiny little areas that I couldn't get with my silicone tool. And that's it. I'm just going to let it dry now. It is going to take quite a while to dry because I did kind of lump this on really thick. Anyway, that is a wrap on this one, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will see you on Tuesday in the next one. Love ya. Bye.
Is strong. Together we belong. In every comment, right? You lift me to new heights. Your support, it's clear, gives me reason to cheer.